Hello everyone. We don't have time for pleasantries. We don't have time for lotion because we know that when it's the beginning of the year, we can't mess up our inserts and all of our planner accessories before we even get to use them. So we're coming in here dry, all right? Anyway, so here is my quilted caviar leather A5 planner. This is from Cloth and Paper. It has been something that I've enjoyed using over the course of, over 5-6 years. Maybe even 7. If you're wondering about durability, it's there. And I also am taking this time to clear it out. So we're gonna talk through what's happening and what's not happening. This is my clip that I got in one of my orders. I just use it inside out. So the Ollie logo and CMP logo is on the inside. So it's plain, but I am clearing this out finally after a couple years of saying, I don't really care about clearing it out all the way, but it's time. It's time. I think that not only does it really need a wipe down, but it has somewhat been neglected. I haven't been planning as I have in the past for a multitude of reasons, but I think mainly because I wasn't motivated to do more than what I was doing just overall. And for now, as of today, I'm feeling inspired, not because it's the new year, but because over the past maybe month and a half or so, I think I'm seeing some light. Not at the end of the tunnel. We're not at the end of the tunnel, but we're still in the tunnel. But I'm seeing some changes. Anyway, I still love these dashboards. Absolutely love my pocket here that houses all of my stickers. These stickers are not from the same place that the velvet pocket is from, but I do house quite a few things in here. I'll list everything down below because I don't have time to confirm and verify where everything is from if the names are not on the things, because honestly, we have things to do. We are busy people. We want to start checking stuff off of our list that we made 2 days ago. So these Sweet Caress design stickers and stickies that you have seen for quite some time, you're going to be seeing more because these are going to be used until they can't be used anymore. I have updates to accounts, paydays that I have to update as well. Here are my 8 pillars of wellness that I've used on my monthly overviews, or really, yeah, we can say the goals page of my monthly. And then here were my 2025 philanthropic efforts. I didn't end up donating to my high school because the organizations I was looking for were not there. So we're gonna have to redo this. But yeah, my high school don't need no money. They got money. They got money. Anyway, let's take this out. Ooh, this is very crazy that this is where we are right now. I'm not even gonna look at what was in here because, do you hear that? The pages are so crisp. That means they haven't really been turned. Nothing to report, like absolutely nothing. This is something I did enjoy in my planner, but clearly there were some months where I did not present it. But this is actually my cycle tracking. And it is what it is. Like I always put my possible dates. I find that this is something that maybe is not everyone's taste, but I'm a woman that does not want my biological movements to be digital all the time if I can help it. So I choose to put it in my planner and then share it with strangers on the internet. So anyway, that's that. Then another thing that I love and was not using to its fullest potential, my Habit sticky note that is from Mochi Things. Love these. There was a time where I would really fill things out. Times have changed. We're getting back to it. I have one of these left. Well, I have to place another order, but I wanted to wait until some other stickies were back in stock. I don't know what was going on with people entering 2026, but they started ordering stuff probably back in October because the things that were sold out, I was so surprised that I couldn't get the things that I wanted before the year ended. It was almost insane. I almost wanted to call a manager. I was like, I'm about to complain because I can't get my stuff. What is this? Love that. Yeah. My desk is in complete disarray. Not for long though. The sun is setting. It looks beautiful. But now we're in the other sections of my planner, which needs an overhaul. Absolutely. Tough joke. This morning routine never really became a routine. It happened every once in a while, but it did not pan out. And this was when my schedule, what is that? This is when my schedule was the 11 a.m., which, again, why are we doing 11 a.m.? Absolutely love my weekly cleaning routine. Love this when I do it. And yeah, it is a beautiful routine, especially for someone who might be a new homeowner and they have way more house than they ever had before as a party of one. And just balancing work, life, and incorporating a bigger space. I think this cleaning schedule really helps when you do it, because everything doesn't have to be done at once. And it also leaves you the weekend to not spend all morning cleaning like maybe a lot of us did when we were younger with our families. Then we have this clean house routine that I either found on a Google image or I revised it for my liking. But this is something for what you do every day, once a week, once a month, once a season. Nothing on the back. I love how it's beautifully written. I know exactly what pen this was. It needs a refill before I even tell you what pen it is. All of my beautiful task planner inserts. We're skipping the project section. Oh, I need to keep that. We're gonna keep that. Ugh. Unfinished savings challenges. Beautiful inserts that I never touch. Look how crazy things were getting. Look how crazy. Like what? Look how insane. I really want to go back to a time where this made sense. I was trying to prepare each bill in a way that it would be paid out by a certain time, but I think I need to recalibrate. I need to reset this. I like the idea of this, but I think I need to swap some things. And I still love my budget binder cash envelope layout. Again, I need to take some things off, move some things around, rename some things. But the idea of these two inserts are still enjoyable to me. So I'm not gonna rip these up. I'm not gonna rip them up. I'm just going to use them as templates for what's to come. I definitely want to still keep these. Is it blurry, guys? Okay. I don't know, the autofocus was going a little bit too crazy for me and I'm noticing so late, I'm sorry. I think, hey, this is an Afterpay insert. I think it's kind of cool though. I don't know if I want to see it in a breakdown like this, but sometimes I use Afterpay for gift giving if I'm giving a lot of gifts and it's just a little bit too much to be taking all that money out at once. And I know that for a finance person, it's like, well, you don't have the money, so you shouldn't be doing it. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to everybody else. That if you have a huge bouquet of flowers that you're buying for this person and you're buying Christmas gifts, dare I say, if your cash envelopes aren't where they're supposed to be by October for Christmas, you might need one of these. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay, and then I had extra inserts back here. Ooh, beautiful. So I don't have to print another one of those. Packing list. Typically don't use the packing list because my list is pretty standard, but I need to start. I will say I did enjoy the monthly to-do list when I took the time to do it. So we'll see how I incorporate these moving forward. This one I'm definitely keeping. I got some new ink, so I definitely need to, hello? Jeez, what was that? Okay, color ink didn't want to come out. I got some new ink so I can get my inserts printed off. This is specifically for my reading section, but we'll see if I find any new inserts that I want to incorporate into my planner. Now that we have all of the inserts out, we have to have a conversation. It's time for us to have a conversation about what is about to happen next. And before we get to any unboxing of planner accessories or planner materials, we have to bring out my spiral with my breakdown of what's to come. Okay, so I created this breakdown for 2026. I'm calling it the rebuild, not really bringing back the word of the year or anything, but that is the first thing that came to mind when I thought about what this year means to me or what I'm anticipating for the year. And I truly am rebuilding the person that I've become. I have talked about grief before. I have shared as much as I would like to share throughout the past few years on how I'm dealing or not dealing with it. But for the most part, I'm in a space now where I am not using busyness as a way to cope or isolation as a way to cope. I am dealing in a healthier way, okay? What comes to mind when you think of 2026? And for me, I immediately thought about improving my health. I've been working from home for over a year now, and it shows. And I don't like that. I don't like that it's showing. Financial responsibility. I think finance is something that is an ever-changing thing. And for some people, they just get it. It works for them. It's smooth for them. And for others, it is a constant project, okay? So financial responsibility, moving money here and there, budgeting, but not in the sense where you're scraping by and you're not wanting to punish yourself for buying yourself things, but being more responsible and intentional about where each dollar is going. Back to philanthropy, I love volunteering my time, being a part of the community that I'm in, and I think I'm in a better headspace now to do that again. I loved being a part of my alumni association. I enjoyed volunteering with Winship Cancer Institute, my American Cancer Society walks, relearn some things, whether it is intellectual games, piano that I've talked about before, and that also goes into improving language learning skills. I enjoy learning languages, but I get nervous practicing them when I go to other countries. So it always feels like a 5-year-old practicing a language. And I want to be better than that. I want to communicate languages that I'm interested in learning the way that my dad would. And he knew German, Latin, Spanish. It was just so interesting to hear. Read more than 2025. I read quite a few books. Yes, more Bible, more church time. Whether I am physically going into the church, whether I am on the Zoom calls, prayer calls, I need more time spiritually, and I'm going to make more time. Get into my master's program. I don't know how, I don't know when. I'm getting in. I don't want to say anything mean, but there's some people getting into master's programs that are not smarter than you. I'm saying this for me, you, and whoever else has been thinking about their master's program. There is someone that you have come in contact with that you know has a master's and you know they're not smarter than you. So why aren't you in your program? And that is what I need to remind myself, not because I'm trying to put the other person down, but the schools are taking the people. That's what I'm saying. In a nutshell, the schools are taking the people. Get into the program. That's it. That's all I'm saying, really. Anyway, so here is my breakdown: quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. This is not a surprise, but here is an overview in a sense. January to March, that's Q1. I have put some goals together in the past where it just felt like, okay, you put the words on the paper. What's the plan? Plan was not in place. So this is kind of like that, where I have an idea of what I want to happen within the first 3 months. And then when we do our monthly plan with me, we'll have the breakdown for the month. And then even more refined than that, we'll have the breakdown by week or by day. And mainly, as long as it's done within the week, when you reflect on the month, these things should be checked off in a way. That is kind of my thought process for 2026. I am really excited about this and hopeful. Now let's get into an unboxing that is going to shake the table. Now, I don't know what's going on at C&P, but I have never received a paper package. What is this, honey? Okay, in the words of Nene Leakes, let me see where you live. Ooh, and you got a white refrigerator. Anyway, so this is my new purchase. Let me tell you why I purchased this before I even open this and see if I'm terrified. I am a Sunday start for the monthly overview and a Monday start for a weekly kind of girl. If my month does not start on a Sunday for my overview of the month, I might break out in hives. I can't confirm if that has happened before. It's something about it. I tried to get my monthly inserts dated Sunday start, A5, 6-ring punch, not available. They weren't available for days and days and days. And the day that I ordered this, it still wasn't available. And 3 or 4 days after that, it was available. So what do? Do I return this or what? Oh. You guys, should I be scared? Should I be terrified? I'm nervous. I'm not understanding the packaging. Should I be concerned? Is this our paperwork? Okay. Ooh, cute. Got some squares. What tracks? I don't know what tracks. We'll see. Love a good square sometimes. I like this. I have the clear envelope pouch situation and I tuck these in there with any kind of reading related accessories I need, like annotating things, a couple sticky notes, and it comes in handy. Oh, we're zipped up in here. Here's the front of the packaging. I'm still trying to figure it out. As you can see, you see it. I have the spiral bound weekly task planner. I don't know how this is gonna go. Okay. Oh. Okay. You're getting this in real time because this is my first time seeing it in person. So I'm examining. I have to examine for the video and to see if it's how it's supposed to be. You know, rings look good. Okay, this is like a slate gray, almost with a little blue hue to it. Ooh, okay. I'm glad that I looked at a video of this before I made a decision. The paper is not white. Let me show you. Here's an example. This is the task planner insert, stark white almost. This is more of an ivory, like an eggshell. If you're trying to maybe put some extra holes in your other inserts and add them in, if you don't like colors being mixed and matched, you're not gonna like that. So there is a color difference here. And why am I shaking? Am I nervous? Oh my gosh. Okay, year to glance. Interesting. I'm not mad at this. We know what I'm using this for, cycle tracking. For our holidays here, we have some conversions down here at the bottom. I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not pull out my planner for this. I have a recipe book and Google. But for those that are trying to spend more time offline, you have conversions. Let's see here. Each of us bears the weight of the world in our own way, but it is in how we carry it that we find ourselves. Okay, 2 snaps. All right, so here we are. There is January. It's everything we know it to be. Again, it's just a different shade on the page. And I also wanted to bring something else to your attention to compare. This is the old 2020 bound spiraled planner. And this is what it used to look like. This is the 2025 layout. This is 2020. So just to compare, of course, we talked about the color differences. We have goals. This is what we're accustomed to in the past year, right? Nothing to report there. That is exactly how we had it. It's just the same. Nothing has changed there. Something I appreciated in the 2020, and you're not seeing it here because I actually got this on sale halfway through the year, so that's why this is blank. But weekly habits, I find that this is pretty interesting. I don't know if I would do week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, but I thought that this was an interesting added area for the monthly overview. I think that's what I'll end up changing with down here, is putting my weekly, my sticky note for my habits. Maybe I'll place it here because I don't use this. I genuinely do not use this bill section. So let me maximize my space by putting my habit tracker here. Ooh, the boxes seem kind of slender. Let's flip this. Oh, they're about the same. I think maybe the lines, since I'm seeing them more, it feels like the lines might be, I don't know if it's the color of the page and the color of the lines that are really making me think that this is more narrow, but they're actually the same, if not similar in size. So that's good to know. The paper itself is a bit thinner than the inserts for the dated monthly. I think that is necessary when you're binding everything or spiraling everything. You have a lot more paper and you don't want it to be too heavy. So I think that makes sense. We have some note pages here. Ooh, and this is what I was curious to know if I was gonna be okay with this. We're at the weekly overview. I am a list, task kind of girl. I will make a list on a sticky note before I write in my planner any day. And I'm wondering if this is going to be to my liking. So it starts Monday 29th. And this is somewhat reminiscent of the millennial spiral agenda that we got with the holographic cover. I hope I'm putting a picture here. But that particular planner, it changed the game. It did. It did. You just had to be there. You would print out pictures of inspiration or people you liked and pasted them all throughout your planner. It was a time. You had to be there. I think, just give me a moment. Let me gather my thoughts. Is this blurry, guys? I'm trying to figure out if this is manageable for me. I think it is, genuinely. Let's look at February. Obviously, looks the same. If you're not looking through your planner to make sure at least all the months are there, no typos, no days skipped, you're very trusting. I don't know, I think it brings this retro feel to the spiral when the paper is this color. It reminds me of, I don't know how old some of you are, but address books. If you remember address books, Filofax, my mom and my aunt, whenever I would see them with their address books, like, wow, she's an adult. She's a grown woman having her life together. I didn't know they were in their 30s and 40s figuring it out. I didn't know that. I saw adults, you know. Anyway, let's get to the back. Let's see what's back here. A lot of notes, which I enjoy. Here's the contact list, which I never use. What am I using it for, really? And that's really where it ends. I think this is going to be promising. Let me look at my birthday. I'm just curious. Where does it fall? What are we looking like? What time is it right now? What does that say? Is that my angel number? Yeah, it is. Okay, so what is it? I don't think it's golden year. Whatever year it is when your birthday lands back on the day that you were really born, whatever day that is, that's what it is this year for me. Interesting. I guess I have to do something majorly big and out of control. Here we are. We're going to be in the spiral. We're going to be in the spiral. In the planner, I'm going to have my schedule, goals, finances, reading, and ideas. All of that will still be housed in here. I think that it's time for me to get some balance, to get some organization, and to sort my life out. And this is going to be the way that I do that. We're going to hope for the best. And I truly hope that this is promising. And I can't wait to see you in the January plan with me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.